Hi everybody, fairly quick new video from me today. I've been experimenting a little bit in the studio with ways to record guitar parts. I have a bunch of new videos coming up and it's made me have to rethink things a little bit. So it seemed like a great opportunity. Put the cameras on, cameras are set up ready to do some other stuff, but the studio's a mess. I'm a mess, I haven't been feeling very good the last couple of weeks. So when that tends to happen, I tend to be very, very lazy and I don't have a shave, and this is the result. So before I tidy all these cables away, before I have a shave and make myself presentable to the outside world, I thought I'd throw this video together. In the last sort of 6 months, I've started doing a lot of reamping things. And now reamping's been a real godsend to me because it's meant that life has become much easier when I'm actually recording videos. It enables me to record the sound pretty much exactly what's coming down the guitar cable, and not only record the guitar sound that I'm listening to, or the guitar sound I'm processing, but also record the sound that's coming down this cable. So that is unprocessed by any amp or by any effects. This means that I can later on go and start tweaking sounds, I can start changing amplifiers, I can start changing effects, or changing amounts of distortion, anything I want. In the last week I've been experimenting even more with that and actually using real amplifiers as well as the Helix. An old amplifier I've had since 1994, love this amplifier very, very much. And I have the Helix LT as well, because the Helix LT really is the key, not only to having all of the effects, but it's the key to having and being able to record all the guitar sounds straight into this computer and record the sound straight from the cable straight to the computer as well. So I have the guitar plugged into the Helix. The Helix is then going to process that with some distortions and some modulation effects. It's then going to send that signal over to the amplifier. It's then going to be processed by the Soldano preamp, which is going to add some distortion and EQ to that. That's then going to come back into the Helix, where it's going to have delays and reverbs added to that, and then it's going to go back from the Helix, back over to the amplifier, and then I'm going to hear it through the speaker there. The great thing about reamping though is the Helix is doing all of that. But what it's also doing is, because I have it set up on the computer to be recording from USB 7, the Helix is set up to send its reamp audio on USB 7. So everything's running and I can hear all the sounds. But that sound, direct from the strings before it hits any of that distortion, any of those effects, is actually going directly into Pro Tools on this Mac here. So that means, let me just play a little bit of guitar, and I'm going to add a bit more distortion, and let's add a flange onto there as well. So a distortion from the Helix, and this is obviously in the front of the amp, so we're already pretty distorted, but you can't have too much distortion. Let's add an MXR flange. And now on Pro Tools, I'm going to record that. Remember, Pro Tools is only recording the dry guitar sound. Now I can stop and play that. So what we're hearing there is actually the guitar sound coming through the amplifier. You're not hearing anything coming from Pro Tools at all there. So that's just in the room, and I've made a really poor job of miking this up. I've just literally have an SE condenser mic sitting in front of the cabinet there. So this is not really about audio quality on this demo. But let's say I like that, but I want to take the distortion off that, and I want to take that flange off that. And in fact, let's just go completely dry. So I'm going to switch all the effects off on the Helix. Press play again. Okay, cool. So let's say I want even less overdrive on the amplifier there, and I maybe want a little bit more mid in the sound from the Soldano. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to tweak the amp. I'm going to hear the same thing again, but this time I want to hear back with the reverb and the delay. How cool is that? I'm loving that. It's literally like I can have me playing and tweaking the amp at the same time. And it's always going to come back the same thing because it's just what I recorded directly into there. So again, just going to bounce this straight back before I let you go. And so I'm going to record this. How cool is that, man? So that's going to save me a whole lot of time, and it means I only have to get the guitar part right once, and I can tweak all the different sounds. So I thought it was worth doing a video, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's useful. Ask any questions underneath and I'll try to answer them. I appreciate this is just an off-the-cuff video, so maybe I didn't explain things as well as you would like. And now I'm going to have a shave, and I'm going to tidy the studio and get ready for some actual proper videos. Okay, thanks very much. Cheers.